I think right now, if you took a look at the stats, we're probably generating quite a few points just off our defense alone, whether it be in turnovers and steals, just applying pressure and allowing second chance points and going down and scoring on the other end. I think they take pride in that. It's something we have to continue to get better at, though, as well. We're still not where we want to be. In addition to that, we all know as the season continues, teams make adjustments. I think it shows us a lot of different looks, which is exciting. So we know the full range of what it is we're going to need to get better at and what we're pretty good at and what we need to continue to refine. So that's what I enjoy about that. In addition to that, I think it's fun for the student athletes as well, that they're not always playing the same conference and same type of competition in teams. They also have a good idea of where they're at themselves. Diamond's been huge. I think guard play is what opens up the game across the board. As impact of a player as Ashley Eze is for us, guards rule the game, and I think that to continue to do well, we not only have to develop Diamond and her ability to be consistent for us, there's some other players who are going to need to step up for us as well. I think Kelsey Krupa, not from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint. A lot of people don't realize she has played some of the tougher opponents for us and held them to low scoring points. That's exciting. In addition to that, I kind of knew in the back of my mind that Jasmine was going to be able to step up, and she has, and I appreciate that about her. Continue to refine our offense, making sure we get in the gym too and get a lot of shots up, but continue also to open up our defense and try some new things. It gives us an opportunity to get some bodies rested that needed it, allow for our student athletes to finish finals and get refocused. And in addition to that, it allows us some game time, some time to prep truly from an office standpoint, whether it be administrative things as well as game prep leading up to Rice as we head into a Christmas break.
Well, it's nice that out of those 8 games, 5 of them been at home, and we're about to take on a pretty rough stretch of games on the road, going to Texas and going to New York for 2. But this is the best team we've had. I'm not saying it's the most talented team. I think that's yet to be seen, but it's the best camaraderie, the best chemistry we've had. And that goes a long way. I think the guys believe in each other, and I think they trust each other on and off the court, and that does pay dividends. And I think you're seeing that. And if we'll continue that, I think we'll continue our success. We're not on the front page of papers all the time, and ESPN isn't always covering us. So the people want to know what you're doing at home, and it's nice to know that when the fans have come to a game. Last 15 times they've left here victorious, and that means a lot, because that's your public perception is what have I seen, what kind of team they have, and we've done really well at home. So it'd be hard for people not to be excited about our team, based on what they've seen the last 15 games. So that's been significant. The second part of that is, we couldn't have done this without the students, without the residents of San Marcos, our faithful fans, and our band, our strutters, our cheerleaders. All those things factor into a home winning streak. And when we haven't had a very good crowd, it's been awfully hard. It's been tough games. It's been a neutral floor environment, and that's why I hope that the fans will continue to come out, jump on board for this, because it's a pretty exciting thing going on. Well, every year you're going to have to replace guys. If you don't, you've got an awfully good, core coming back. And the thing is, it's all relative. One of the things yes, we lost some good players, some talented players, but so did everybody in the league. And we feel like our recruiting class was as good as anybody in the Southland. We feel like our returning guys, from top to bottom, were as good as anybody had returning. So that's where you kind of start factoring in, what kind of team you're going to have. One of the things we've done in our program is we play a lot of guys. And a guy, you take Reed Cannon, for example. He played about 5 minutes a game last year. Well, now he's playing about 20. And if he wouldn't have played 5 minutes a game, he wouldn't be ready to last year he wouldn't be ready to perform like he is. So it is good that in these games we've played lots of guys. So you feel like every year we're never starting over, because the guys that you have that are returning, they're going to expand their roles with more playing time, but they're not coming off without any game experience, and that's going to continue. That's what we've tried to do in this program. That's what will happen next year. We've got guys right now that are going to be even better players. Guys like Nick Hinton and Basil Brown and Luke Mergerson and Dante Backus. Guys are getting game experience this year. That's going to pay off for them next year. So we have some, returning veterans, and that's, you see we've progressed every year, won a few more every year. And I think that's one of the reasons, is that we're never completely starting over, and that's a good place to be. Vaughn is, one of the top assist-to-turnover guards in the country right now. Wesley gives us so much energy, and I saw him have flashes. They both were very well coached last year. Came from good programs, winning programs, and I knew there were two things. They both were winners, and they both were unselfish in different ways. Vaughn is a pass-first point guard, which is hard to find nowadays, and he's as you can tell, he's still doing that here. He looks for his teammates first and looks for his shot second. Wesley has thrown himself as a defender more than most freshmen. One of the hardest things for a high school kid to come in is to figure out the speed and pace of the game, and to realize how important it is for them to defend on every possession. And Wesley, I think, has been such a great on-ball and off-ball defender, and he's given us so much energy. It's helped him offensively, and he's concentrated on the right things, which a lot of freshmen don't. He's come in and said, I'm going to defend, I'm going to defend. He was a great scorer in high school, and you see that his defense is leading to offense. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves right now after the Houston game, but there's going to be some tough times. They're going to happen these next 3 games. How are we going to handle it? Are we going to continue to be the team that we've been up to this point, that don't start pouting, don't start worrying about minutes, don't start worrying about how many shots you get? Are we going to continue to concentrate on our team is more important than any one person on our team? And that's why you play these games. You play Texas because you want your kids to experience some adversity. You want them to play against an NCAA tournament caliber team, because that's where you want your program to be. We're going on a tough stretch to New York to play 2 games in 3 days. Well, that's the Southland Conference. Sometimes going to Louisiana and playing those swings is the same kind of situation. So we're going to face some adversity the next 3 games, and we'll see how our guys respond. And again, this whole schedule was designed for us to play our best basketball in conference, and it's worked that way to date. Every year we've improved our conference record, and I think it goes to the fact that our schedule's been pretty successful at preparing us for Southland Conference play.